What's up, guys? Sports Estimators back with another soccer video for you guys today. As always, we will be giving our predictions for Liga MX, Jornada 15. And today we'll be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a fun exercise where we pick our favorite team's all-time 11. So, as you guys know, I'm an América fan. My boy Chino is a Cruz Azul fan. So stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and get started with our picks for this upcoming Jornada 15. First game of the week, Friday. Juárez taking on Puebla. Who do you got in this one?
Viernes Botanero, again, giving us nasty games. And the very first one, Juárez versus Puebla. I got Juárez.
Yeah, same. They're at home. Juárez has won the last three matchups against Puebla. They're favored to win this one. And this is a bit of a bounce-back game for Juárez, who haven't won in their last three Liga MX games.
Yeah, and then one thing to also note, Juárez at home this year has only lost 3 games, and 2 of those were to Toluca. So you could definitely pick Juárez to win at home.
Okay. Yeah, they're definitely a different team at home.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next game. Mazatlán taking on Las Poderosísimas Águilas del América. What do you got?
I got América, bro. Head-to-head, Mazatlán has only won once against América. And América, I think, is looking to make a statement win after losing to La Poderosa Máquina Celeste.
I forgot about that.
I had to bring it up. Who you got?
So, crazy stat. The aggregate score for the last 2 matchups between this team is América 10, Mazatlán 0.
Jesus
They won
Christ.
5-0 in the last 2 matchups between these two. So, I'm definitely picking América to win this game. I do want to talk about the fact that they signed Brian Rodriguez this week.
They signed him. Yeah.
I was happy to see that. Maybe we'll start seeing him play some 90s. I think he still isn't getting his flowers or as much recognition as he deserves. He's América's leading goal scorer this year and joint top assister with Zendejas. So I feel like he's been, I don't want to say under the radar, but I just feel like he hasn't been talked enough about, because I think he's up there with the best wingers in the league. So I'm happy to see that América re-signed him. But with Maxi, like I said, they still haven't quite figured out how Maxi, Brian, and Zendejas are going to play together. Or if they are, because so far haven't seen much of those 3 together. But I think they need to find a way to maximize those 3 players if América is going to win the whole thing. I think that's the only way I see them doing it.
Yeah, and I think you should honestly put Maximan as a striker.
Yeah, like a false 9 kind of?
Yeah, because I don't... Como que estorpa like on the wing. Like he'll get in somebody's way. And on the wing, he got pocketed by Jorge Sanchez when he came in during that Cruz Azul game. So... Because he didn't really do much. And, I mean, I'll get into that game a little bit later.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. As a false 9, I think we'd see the best version of Maximin.
Yeah, and I think an underrated aspect about Maxi's game is his passing, because he dropped a dime to Juárez for the game winner against Puebla.
Oh, damn, he gave that assist.
Yeah, you saw that?
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, so that is kind of like another reason to put him on the wing, because he kind of has more space to just kind of pick people out in that zone. But, I mean, I think his passing he could do from anywhere on the field.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see going forward, because Zendejas has been out, but once he gets back, I think all 3 of those guys need to play.
Yeah.
But moving on to the Saturday games, first one, Tigres versus Tijuana. What do you got?
All right, so Tigres, undefeated in 10 games. I have this game as a tie. One thing I want to know is Diego Chicha Sanchez, 2 assists on Saturday, which makes us question what would have happened with Mexico if Arce would have started them against Argentina. Also, of the top 5 teams right now in Liga MX, Xolos has only lost to América, and we have to see what the result is against Tigres. So that's Xolos being that's our dark horse. We should have made a TikTok of them being our dark horse. But good thing we didn't, because we would have put the curse on them. But yeah, I ultimately have this game to be a tie. Who you got?
I got Tigres winning this one. I feel like we haven't really talked about how good of a team Tigres is.
Yeah.
because as of late they've really impressed me. And one thing I noted about them watching them these last couple weeks, it seems like that team has good camaraderie. Because whenever somebody scores, it looks like all those fools, like they all go and celebrate together. And, this is a fan perspective. So who knows if that's, an accurate reflection of what's going on.
Yeah.
But I think Pizarro being the coach has a lot to do with that. Because as a player who basically knows all those people, he's probably managing the dressing room really well. And Tigres, like... now that Chicha Sanchez has actually started the last couple games, but we've talked about how much depth they have, especially on the wings. So, we can't forget about Tigres as a contending team.
Yeah.
So I like them to win this game at home, especially since Tijuana, I think they're legit at home, but outside of home, I feel like they kind of play different.
Yeah, they do. And definitely because obviously it's due to the turf, as we all know. But one thing about Tigres too that also really impresses me is the fact that they're being coached by Pizarro, he was just a player a couple months ago. And I think, it's like if your homie would have been like, it's like if you guys all work together and that's what ended up becoming the boss. Like he knows how you guys are. He knows you guys. He knows what you guys do like on your breaks. Like he knows you guys go drink chelas and shit. Like that's like, hey, don't go be doing that. We need to lock in. So I think that's what kind of makes this team kind of gel together very well. But yeah, it's very impressive to what he's done to this team and how good they are. And a lot of it has to do with the depth of this squad. Yeah. Like, bro, Chicha Sanchez starting over Antuna. Yeah. Like, that's insane.
Cordova, too.
Osiel Herrera. Like,
yeah. And that's what I like about Pizarro is because, obviously, he's Argentinian, but I like that he's giving the Mexican youngsters opportunity, Yeah, and especially when he's in form, coming back from that U20 World Cup.
And part of that is due to la regla de menores. That's true. It's been paying off for him to start him. So
yeah, for sure. But moving on to the next game, León versus Pumas. Who do you like in this one?
Battle of Ass segment of Liga MX is this fucking game. I got Pumas to win. León hasn't beat Pumas since 2021.
Sheesh. Yeah, I like Pumas to win this one too. Both teams, it really is the battle of ass because both teams are winless in their last 5 games in Liga MX. But yeah, I like Pumas. I think Pumas, part of the reason why their form has dropped is they've been dealing with injuries. Yeah. So I don't think they're as bad as their record has shown as of late. So I do like them to beat León in this one. Yeah. Next game, we have a clásico. Chivas versus Atlas.
Chivas fans, I'm sorry. We put the hit out with the Sports Estimators curse. We dropped the video and then you guys lose the next game.
To Querétaro.
So, okay, Chivas hasn't beat Atlas in their last 3 matchups. Hormiga got injured. So, and Atlas is looking like they're finding their form under Coca again.
They've won 3 of their last 4 games.
Yep. So, sorry, Chivas fans. Maybe this may be a reverse jinx, but I got Atlas to win.
Really? Yeah. I'm not mad at that. I'm actually going with the tie for, mainly the reasons you've said. I just feel like this Atlas team is playing like at their best that they played all season. And, Chivas is coming from a disappointing result, even though, they outplayed Querétaro. But I just see this game as a tie. Like, I don't see... Right now, if we're talking form, I don't see Chivas being, like, way better than Atlas. I feel like they're pretty comparable as of right now.
I
think they're a little bit better. But I'm saying, like, it's not like, oh, yeah, Chivas is way better than Atlas right now. Right now.
I'll edge out Chivas talent-wise against Atlas.
For sure.
But with Hormiga being their top goal scorer and him being injured, and we don't know if he'll start next game or not, you put Chicharito or even Alan Pulido to start as your striker. That's what's making me pick Atlas to win this game. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit saying those names.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Your Máquina Celeste taking on Monterrey. Do they get the dub? at home.
You
want me to go first?
You go first, because then I'm gonna dive into the América game and then Necaxa, and then so I'll take it from there.
So I think these teams are pretty evenly matched. I think roster-wise, they're the two best teams in the league. They're a little bit different because I think Cruz Azul has more continuity playing their system, whereas I think Monterrey has a bunch of great players that are still kind of trying to figure out what their best lineup is and what's their most effective way or most effective game plan. I still feel like they don't have that same cohesiveness on par with like a Cruz Azul.
Yeah.
But Monterrey is coming off a 4-2 thumping of Juarez. So I think this is going to be a very evenly matched game, and I'm going with a tie for this one.
Okay, I'm not mad at it. So let me just piggyback off of the weekend where we beat América.
Or you could just start in the midweek game.
So this might surprise you, but I'm still not convinced. The win against América didn't convince me. Because
convince you of what?
How good we are. And I say that because we didn't see América's best 11 play.
I'm glad you said that.
Just like Toluca when we beat them, we didn't see Toluca's best 11. But also, we didn't start with our best 11. Kevin Mier and Tita didn't start. Neither did Nacho Rivero.
I told you Brian was going to score.
You did say that. You did say that.
I was going to text you, but then I was like, nah. That's why I never say anything, because that would have been bad. Like, I told you, bro, and then just for us to take the L, but go ahead.
But what I do like about this team, I think everybody that starts for us plays knowing that we're the best team. They play with the level of confidence. They didn't let América get in their head like how I've seen them. Ever since we started playing, since last season when we beat them in Conca Champions, we look different against you guys. We usually always kind of give you guys kind of like a little room for like you respect? Guys. Yeah, we give you guys a little bit. Respect. Yeah, but this time we didn't. And I like Lacramon of how he's making this team play, where he goes towards, like, he plays against you guys' center backs. He pressures the center backs. He has that link up play to where we pressure you guys' center backs and we do like a wall pass to get a shot off of the 18. I think I highlighted that a couple weeks ago. But I like that we do that because we're not just doing the basic play down the wing and have a cross in. He likes to go directly with the striker, whether that be Sepúlveda or Toro. He likes to pressure your center backs and kind of make him guess, like, where are we going to go? Because we have either Rotondi, we have Paradela, we have Luca, all crashing the 18. And it's like, you guys pick who you guys want to cover, because one of these guys could get their shot off and we could end up potentially scoring.
Chadley?
Hey, Charlie's been playing well. I know he's super hated around the league, especially because of his performances with the selección. But when you see him play,
he plays different with Cruz Azul.
When you see him play, it's just the system and style of play that doesn't translate with the selección.
I think to add to your point about the confidence, I think it's because what it looks like to me is that it's a well-coached team, because it seems that every player knows exactly what their role is on that team. Like, it's very defined. It seems that, like, okay, I just have to do these 2-3 things and I don't have to play outside of that. And I think that's why Cruz Azul fittingly is La Máquina, because they kind of play like that. Right? It's almost like everybody knows what they're supposed to do, their positioning, like what their options are. So that's why I think Cruz Azul is up there. But
we're a well-oiled machine, no pun intended. But also, get Jorge Sanchez off of my goddamn team. Let's go get Denzel Garcia from Juarez, and we could replace Jorge Sanchez with him, and then send Jorge Sanchez to Mazatlan or Juarez. I never want to see him play.
I think he's gotten worse.
He's gotten extremely worse. He heads the ball back, and he's like, puts his arms in the air like, who's there? Motherfucker, nobody's there. Why would you do that? But anyway, Paradela played an amazing game. The way him and Faravelli dominated the midfield was a reason as to why we won. And I hope Paradela stays with us for the remainder of his life. And I hope he retires with Cruz Azul because he is my favorite midfielder since Chaco Jimenez. The way he plays, I don't think we've seen a midfielder on Cruz Azul that plays the way he does. He plays so fluid. He plays so silky. And
What
bro,
about
he's
Aldo Leao?
nah, hell no. Nah,
He played for Cruz Azul, no?
Aldo Leao. No.
Continue.
Um,
Let me look it up real quick.
and Nacho Rivero. Stamp it right now. He's a legend forever in our club. The new stadium that we're building needs to be named Ignacio Nacho Rivero after him because bro,
Okay, that's a little wild.
bro, he needs like a statue outside of the stadium.
I will say that was like a Swiss Army knife. Like whatever.
We need him to do, bro.
Yeah, he
like,
steps in.
And when he's not on the field, like you could tell.
Yeah, that's true.
As soon as he subs in, like even with the Necaxa game, even though he chalked it for us and they took that goal off, but yeah, he's a legend. He's a solidified legend.
That fool plays like if he was like a Cruz Azul diehard.
Yeah, bro. Like
yeah.
yeah. And also one more thing for the América game. Eric Lira, world class player.
World class?
World class. The way he dominates like that.
I like
the
him.
defense.
I don't know if I'd say world class at this level. I got to see him do it like in Europe.
yeah.
But I do really like his game.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about he might be the front runner for that.
Yeah.
Playing that DM position for Mexico so far.
But Cruz Azul makes me feel so jaded because this win still doesn't excite me. I still want more. And because I've been a fan for so long, it's like it's too hard for me to believe.
Yeah.
And then moving on to the Necaxa game, Amauri scored, which again makes us wonder, what if that fool would have started against Argentina? And then one more before I pick who I got as my winner. America has only beat us once in the last 5 matchups, and we're playing at home, so I got Cruz Azul to win
Against Monterrey?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going back and forth with this one because I'm like, I could see this team winning. I could see that team winning.
Yeah.
Because like I said, both of these teams are evenly matched, I feel like. But that's what, because I was indecisive, I was like, I'm going to just go tie. But let's move on to the next game, Sunday's games. Santos versus Querétaro. Actually, this might be the battle of...
Querétaro just beat Chivas, though, and Querétaro tied against Cruz Azul. And I want to say they gave Monterrey a fighting chance. Querétaro plays good, oh my God, again, to the level of their competition. But I think they'll end up edging out a win against against Santos, and that's all I have.
Really? I got Santos in this one.
Ooh, okay.
But Querétaro has actually dominated this matchup. They've won 4 of the last 5 matches between these two teams. But Santos, I think, is in better form, especially when you take into account that they've won their last 2 home games.
Yeah.
So I like Santos to win this game. I think Santos actually plays better than their record indicates.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I think so
at
too.
home they pull out a win.
Yeah.
Especially since Querétaro is going to be like, oh yeah, we beat Chivas. You know what I mean? All right, let's move on to the next one. Atlético San Luis taking on Necaxa. San Luis is favored plus 145.
I got a tie. It's too hard for me to kind of tell who wins.
Yeah. Yeah, these teams I feel like are kind of similar. Like, as of late, I feel like Necaxa has looked better offensively. They put up 3 goals against Tigres.
Yeah.
And I forgot like how good some of their players are, like Ambindo and
what's his name?
what's
The
his
one that
name?
just
The
fucking
other
scored
midfielder?
that banger on us. What the?
Yeah.
I'll tell you his name right now. Palavecino.
Yeah, there you go.
Palavecino.
Palavecino. Necaxa doesn't defend well, especially away from home. So ultimately, that's why I went with Atlético San Luis, who no longer has the top scorer, but he's second now, Joao Pedro.
Who's the top scorer now?
Paulinho.
Makes
Paulinho,
sense.
bro. Paulinho has 10 goals in 11 games.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's insane. Also, too, it's a byproduct of Toluca's.
System, yeah.
Speaking of Toluca, they round up our Liga MX picks as they take on Pachuca. Who do you like in this one?
Man, you already know how I'm gonna go with the winners of the league, man.
Oh, you're saying the winner of the league.
Sports Estimators.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got Toluca in this one. I got to see a team like beat them before I pick against them, and they're at home. Pachuca has looked better, but not enough for me to not pick Toluca.
Yeah.
And that wraps up our Jornada 15 picks for Liga MX. Now we get to have a little bit more fun. I think this is the first time we do an exercise like this, but we'll definitely be doing more of these.
Yeah.
So we will be giving you guys our all-time 11. I'm going to give the criteria for what the players were, like why I picked these players, and then you can give yours. Or do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. So, as goalkeeper, I got Mexico's best keep of all time.
Here you go.
Chuy Corona, who also brought us La Novena. Following that, well, I mean, Chuy Corona, obviously, I didn't pick Conejo Perez because Conejo never brought us a title. Well, he did bring us, I think, a title, but he never brought us La Novena, which was so chased after. I seen him get shitted on too many times, and I saw him lose too many finals. Even though I saw Corona lose too many finals, he did the most important thing, which was gave me a final that I could see us win.
It's kind of crazy how Corona was better than Conejo, but Corona could never play ahead of Ochoa, but Conejo did.
Yeah, bro, it's so weird.
That's a Maguire.
It's a Selección Mexicana thing for you.
Yeah.
After that, my center backs. My defense is disgusting, but I'm picking them based off of who I like and who made me fall in love with the club, because these two are very early picks. They're not recent players. I got Joel Wiki, El Wiki Dios, La Wikiteña.
Oh my gosh.
The infamous handball inside the 18, acting like he was dead.
He wanted it. That's something you gotta give it to him.
He was a prietito that loved playing soccer. Le echaba ganas, bro. Like, I remember seeing him and I used to think he was so good. I used to just think, I was like, damn, that was a baller, bro. And it was during the Umbro era, which is probably like my favorite jersey era for Cruz Azul of all time. So seeing him in that jersey is just iconic.
Like nostalgia value.
Yeah, it has a nostalgic value to it. As well as seeing Cata Dominguez, one of the very first canteranos that I saw. I picked him over Ricardo Osorio only because I saw very little of Ricardo Osorio. Growing up. Obviously Ricardo Osorio from Cruz Azul, he made the jump to Stuttgart. But Cato Dominguez also brought us La Novena, which is why I put him inside my top 11 of all time. Even though he left, he is what you call live to see yourself be the hero, or what, how does the quote go?
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
That's what he became. He became the villain in everybody's eyes. But he has a special place in my heart because, again, he brought us La Novena. Right back. This is a recent one. Huescas. Obviously, he was a canterano, and I saw him, being the Fuerzas Básicas of Cruz Azul. He made the jump to Europe, even though it was behind Cruz Azul's back, and we tried to sue him for it. But, just Liga MX things,
Yeah.
But he is my right back. Left back, I'm putting this player out of position because, like how we touched on earlier, he is a Swiss Army knife. And he also brought us La Novena. And I feel like anywhere you plug this guy in, he'll deliver. So that's why I got Nacho Rivero as my left back.
I struggle with left back for mine too. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of great Mexican left backs.
I picked Nacho Rivero over Aldrete, which also played for
Bro, I thought about putting him on mine because he was one of the players that stood out, but I was like, he just didn't have enough time for América with me.
Yeah, and also, same for me, because, he brought us La Novena, he was part of that squad, but he wasn't a player that came out of Cruz Azul, and he was there for, a short amount of time. Even though I feel like he's very underrated and he should be considered one of the best left backs in the world, or not the world. Whoa. He should be considered one of the best left backs of Mexico of all time because he was also part of that U17 squad that brought us that won the World Cup with them.
Was he champions with Cruz Azul?
Yeah.
He was with América too.
Yeah, I know. He was there during
the
fucking 2013 one where you guys shitted on us. But I'm playing a 5-back.
Okay.
And my libero is Gerardo Torrado. You might think he's nasty. You might think he's nasty. I think him and Ramos are top 2 with the most red cards of all time. But he was there during the time, the Umbro era as well, and very nostalgic. He would put hella fucking sunblock on his face and look like a fucking mummy while he played. And he also played with our favorite shoes, which was the T90s. The yellow,
the lasers.
The yellow ones that we like. After that, I'm going into my midfield. My center mid, I picked Chaco Jimenez. And again, he like I touched on earlier, he was one of my favorite center midfields of all time, because again, we don't really have a very solidified midfield. We don't. That's one thing that Cruz Azul doesn't always have when we're always looking for, but we haven't had one that makes, that just leaves a good taste in our mouth. It's always like, damn, we signed this fool to be pause. We signed this fool to be like our center midfielder, but he's trash. Faravelli is kind of like that, because he'll perform good once and then he's just kind of like, he's just there, But Chaco Jimenez,
they don't stand out, I think.
Yeah,
right?
they don't. They're not standouts. But like Paradela, I almost put Paradela in here.
Really?
I almost did, because, like I said, he is my favorite midfield that I've seen so far with Cruz Azul, other than Chaco. But Chaco, he stamped himself with his team, so I had to put Chaco in there
For sure.
Now my wingers, the guy that made me fall in love with Cruz Azul, Umbro era, Chelito Delgado, who I used to try to model my game after in the playground, playing recess and at lunch. Just very nostalgic player for me. He is one of the reasons why I did fall in love with the club, watching it so early on. And then on the opposite side of him, I have another player that played for Cruz Azul and América, Cabecita Rodriguez.
I like that pick.
Part of the squad that won the novena, and he also shitted on América. His performances with us always, they were symbolic. He was part of the squad that...
He won Best Player of the League one year, too.
Yep.
The Balón de Oro award.
Yep. And he, was on that squad that shitted on América and Ochoa 5-2. The infamous 5-2 game.
I don't even remember that one, but it seems to be a memorable memory for you.
Moving on to my forwards. This is a very recent one. Another canterano that made it from the cantera to Europe, Santi Jimenez.
He might be the best player to ever wear a Cruz Azul jersey.
That came out of our... I don't know, because Palencia was also our... Paco Palencia was
Bro,
also...
he's better than Palencia.
To be honest, if we were to pull up their stats head to head, I don't think Palencia is far off of him.
No, like Palencia was definitely like a prolific goal scorer, but I think I don't know. I mean, I the way I see it is like Santi's that playing at AC Milan. It's kind of hard, but
we just haven't seen enough of Santi yet.
Yeah.
And because there's always that pressure, but I mean, again, Santi's only like 23, 24 years old. So, but yeah, I mean, I have him in there because obviously, Canterano, this is what I try to base off of. My criteria was, Cantera, which America doesn't really have a lot of Cantera. So I'm interested to see who you pick, because they just buy their players.
I got some in there, don't worry.
Now, the other forward that I have, again, we're playing a 5-3-2 here. Another player that was very nostalgic to me, who also made me fall in love with this club, Umbro era, La Dupla with him and Chelito Delgado. I have Mr. Kikín Fonseca as my second striker.
I'd be disappointed if you didn't pick him.
Bro, he was another nasty forward, another nasty player. But he was just
that
so
seems to be the theme of your team.
Bro, yeah. But he's just so nostalgic to me.
Yeah.
It was either him.
But he would score goals, though.
He would score, bro. Him and Chelito Delgado, bro. It was just like, I couldn't, like, I was so, like, every time I was just so happy to see them on my screen playing.
Yeah.
It was either him or Sepulveda. But if Sepulveda were to give us La Décima, then...
Yeah.
It'd be Sepulveda over.
No, I like the Kikin pick, and I think I resonate with what you've said about how some of those players were like kind of at the beginning of when you really started watching the team, and I feel like what that first team has like a special place in your heart. You know what I mean? Because like you said, it's like what made you fall in love with the team, or
because like 4 of these players were on that squad.
Yeah.
So, but I'm interested to hear who you got, because I'm not gonna lie, all time you guys have a lot more players to pick from than I do, and I left off a lot of amazing players from my squads because of the criteria that I pick from.
Yeah.
I could give them all shouts, but it'd be too long of a list. But I'm interested to see who you got.
Yeah. So
take it away.
For my 11, it was a little bit mixture of like kind of my personal favorites that I've seen, but at the same time, it's not biased in the sense that I'm just picking some guy that didn't have a good career with América. Like I basically picked like of all the options that could have been on the all-time 11, from there I picked my personal favorites, if that makes sense. So I think in the 11 that I picked, it's a mixture of my personal preference of their playing style, but also their career with América, and bonus points if they accomplished amazing things outside. Because I think that plays a factor in it too.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I'll start off with my goalie. We're going to be playing a 4-3-1-2, or if you played FIFA back in the day, 4-1-2-1-2, the diamond. You remember that one? So keeper, for me, there's only one choice. It's Ochoa. At his peak, he's the best goalie I've seen in América uniform. I thought about putting Marchesín because I think at one point he was the best goalie in Liga MX. He won a title with América. I thought about putting him, but Ochoa also won a title with América. He has more of a longevity. In my opinion, he's Mexico's best goalie ever. And his highlight reel is insane. Do you remember, before he left, his first thing? You just watched the highlights and you're
the hair.
Whoa. Like one with Santos on a free kick where he literally saves it in the top right corner. Like
the black jersey?
Yeah, I think so. He wore T90s too, actually. And he always had sick gloves. Yeah. But yeah, for me, it's Ochoa. Right back. One of the most underrated Mexican players ever. Paul Aguilar. He won a Sudamericana with Pachuca. He won 3 Ligas with América. He played over 300 games with América, so he had a long career. He played over, I think, 10 years with América.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, and he could defend, but he was really good going forward. So to me, he epitomizes what a modern day right back is, and I was always a big fan of his game. Like I feel like he was always super consistent, and then occasionally like he could get you a goal here and there.
Yeah.
So for me, right back, no question, Paul Aguilar. Center back. This one's relatively recent. I'm going with Bruno Valdez.
Yeah, definitely have to go with him.
You remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at his best, the best defender in the whole league. He won a title with América, and he could score goals. He scored over 20 goals with América, which for a center back is a lot. Because he did have a good amount of time with América. I believe it was like 5 or 6 years. But to score that many goals as a center back in that short amount of time just highlights how good he was. Next one. This one might be a bit of surprise, but I'm going with Cáceres.
What?
Currently on the team.
Okay.
So to me, he's been the key to América's back line on this three-peat team. As a defender, I think he has everything: strength, speed, physicality, marca. He does leave a bit to be desired on the ball. I think that's his Achilles heel, because a lot of América fans don't have the best impression of him because he's costed us games where he, had a crucial turnover that led to a goal. But as a defender, just strictly speaking, defending, and with my team, since it's going to be defensive, I'm kind of building a team that's can basically compete with anybody in terms of América players. I have to go with Cáceres. And I think he might be the only player. Yeah, he's the only player that I have that was on the 3P team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But moving on to my left back, this one was a little bit tricky, and I kind of cheated a little bit because I'm putting Alfredo Tena. Now, I personally never saw him play, but what he meant to the club, Capitan Furia. He was a leader. 6 titles with América. He's one of América's biggest icons, and he's second all-time in appearances for Las Águilas. So I felt like I had to put some people that I might not have seen play just to kind of make it like a well-rounded team. He was primarily a center back, but I saw sources say he would play on the left sometimes. But I got to go with him. Next pick, another player that I think is underrated in Liga MX, Guido Rodriguez.
Ooh.
Remember him?
I do.
He is the best defensive midfielder I've seen in an América uniform. He played that role perfectly. He would disrupt teams. He was a very smart player, and he was good on the ball. He was voted the best player in the whole league. He won the Liga MX Balón de Oro winner in 2018-2019. And bonus points, he won a World Cup with Argentina.
Yeah.
So for me, Guido Rodriguez is playing my defensive midfielder. And my right center mid, another guy that I never got to see play, Carlos Reynoso.
You cheated.
How?
Because I would have added Hermosillo to mine.
Oh, no, I meant like all time. Like,
Oh, that's all right.
all right.
But this kind of gives me that, like, the confidence that my team is better.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you pay guys you didn't see.
Yeah, but I'm saying like all-time team. Like I have to, just because I didn't see them, I can't snub them. So
Okay.
I'm going with Reynoso. I didn't get to watch him play, but from what I've seen and like heard is that he's arguably the best extranjero that's ever played in the league, and he's one of America's biggest idols. He's top 10 all-time for America in goals, and he won titles with America as a player and manager, which I think is crazy.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
he has to be in this team. I've seen some highlights. Most of them are just like him like scoring bangers, like free kicks and stuff. But yeah, I think in an all-time team, he had to be in it for me. Left center mid, I'm going with one that might be a surprise, but if you know ball, you know how good this guy was. Rubens Sambuesa. I'm glad you're being like receptive of like appreciating my picks, because like
Dude.
some of these players get heat because like
Nah, he was a baller,
yeah,
bro.
So he won 2 Ligas and 2 Conca Champions with América. Balón de Oro winner of the league in 2017-2018. He wasn't with América at this point, but he was the engine of those championship teams in 2013 and 2014. And that award actually wasn't given out during that time. But if it was, I think he would have won it with América. So at his best, I think he was the best player in the league as well.
Yeah.
He was an all-around player, bro. He had skill on the ball. He would track back defensively. That's why he's playing in that
He had
position
hella
for me.
comillo, too.
Yeah, bro. He would score goals, get assists. Like in terms of playing style, one of my personal favorites with América. But his resume for América speaks for itself as well.
Absolutely.
Attacking midfielder.
And I fuck with that because he is, bro. With America, he was crazy.
And with La Selección too, but we'll talk about that some other time. I think he embodies like the club, and like I feel like when you think of América, you think of Cuauhtémoc.
Yeah.
You know, he's on the short list of players when you think of América. He's a record 3-time Balón de Oro winner for Mexican League. He was actually a top goal scorer in Invierno of 98. So that's one thing that I want to talk about, is that people remember him as the slow number 10.
Yeah.
But in his prime, he was fast. He could play on the right wing, left wing, and center forward. That's when he won the top goal scorer.
Yeah.
He was an all-around player. He's second all-time in goals with América, 153. My favorite player ever.
I'm not mad
legend.
at it. I'm not mad at it.
There can only be one.
Legend.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't have an all-time América team. Like, I don't care if you're young. I don't care if you're old.
Yeah. And not include him. And you did get to see him, though. You did get to see him.
Oh, yeah.
One thing that you got to know is that you saw him play.
The only time in my life that I've cried because of a game is when they lost the final to Pachuca in 2007. That was his last game with América. That's the only time I've ever shed tears, because that was his last game, and he only ever played like a homenaje game after that, like in 2016. But as a kid, I was like, I can't believe he's leaving. And that final was just a roller coaster of emotions, because he scored that banger. Do you remember that banger free kick? And that would have sent the game to overtime. But then Pachuca ended up winning that game, and
that Pachuca squad was.
Yeah, bro, that team was stacked. But yeah, I was just so like heartbroken, bro. Like after that game. But yeah, only one player that could be in that position and on this team, Cuauhtemoc. Actually, when I play, I feel like I remind people of him. But,
oh my god!
But en lo lento y lo jorobado.
You know what? Yeah, now that you say it, kind of makes sense.
All right, so forwards. This might be the hardest positions to pick out because América has had some great forwards. Real quick, I'll go through my honorable mentions: Chucho Benítez, Enrique Borja, Raúl Jiménez. Did not make this team, and I'll explain why. So another guy that I didn't get to see play, but I have to put them in there, Sage. All-time top scorer for América with 188 goals. He won 2 league titles with América. I feel like I had to put him in there. Like, how do you not have the all-time top scorer on your team? It did hurt to leave out Chucho, but I had to put in this next guy who, again, his playing style, one of my personal favorites. He would carry... To me, that was the difference between him and Chucho, is that he would carry the América teams that he was on, even though they didn't win anything. They were able to accomplish some things like making it to a Sudamérica final, making it to the semifinals of Libertadores, and he was carrying those teams. The one, the only, Salvador Cabañas.
I fuck with that pick.
He was the top goal scorer in La Copa Libertadores 2 times. So against the biggest opposition, he would shine the brightest. Like the goals he would score, he was not just a great goal scorer, but a scorer of great goals. And he's top 10 all-time in América goals with 98. I just feel like, for me, it was between him and Chucho. And Chucho actually won titles with América, but me being biased, like this is where bias comes in a little bit, because I personally like Cabañas' style more. Yeah. It just felt like we would just give him the ball and he'd be like, "Oh, go score for us." And he was like a one-man team once Cuauhtemoc left. Yeah. And with Chucho, it was like he had a great team around him. That was when América was good, even though Chucho won scoring titles. But I had to go with Cabañas. Honorable mentions to Cristobal Ortega, Héctor Celada, and El Negro Santos. Who? And Layun. I thought about putting
Layun in there.
Nah.
Over
it's because
left back?
It's because he's a left wing back. In a back four, he's not really...
Oh, and you played a back
Yeah, so I was also kind of building a team that, like, I didn't just try and fit all my favorites in there. I kind of wanted to make it a little bit realistic of, like, this player actually kind of played here. But, yeah, that's my all-time América 11.
If I were to change mine, I'd put Carlos Reynoso, which...
Reynoso?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Not that Carlos Reynoso, though. Our Carlos Reynoso.
Oh, okay.
The one that coached us.
I was like, I don't think he ever played for...
No, the one that played for us to get the octavo campeonato, and the one that coached us to win la novena. And I'd take off Wiki for him.
Okay.
And I'd add, this hurts a lot, I'd take off Kikín Fonseca and I'd add Hermosillo.
I thought about Hermosillo for my list too, but... What?
He's more of a Cruz Azul.
That's why I didn't really... I was like, nah. I mean, I wouldn't... Even if that wasn't the case, I don't think I would have put him in there. Yeah. The only reason I put Sage over Chucho is because, like, I was like, I kind of have to, like... Yeah. Because he's, like, the all-time goal scorer. How do you argue with that? Yeah. And Chucho, too, like, he was there for several years, but it's not like he had, like, crazy longevity with América either. And he had stints with Santos?
With Santos, yeah.
Yeah.
And he won a... Oh, my God. He beat us when he was all with that Santos squad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Remember him and...
Bonnie Ruiz, what was that fool's name? The one with that nasty haircut, the flat top?
Oh, Ludueña?
Bro, Ludueña.
Darwin Quintero.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But yeah, that rounds up my all-time 11.
Now, who would win?
Oh, for sure, América. You guys let us know. Nah. All right, let us know who would win.
Hell no.
My all-time América team or Chino's all-time Cruz Azul team, the updated one with I'll give you Hermosillo. I'll let you throw in all those guys.
Hermosillo and Carlos Reynoso lockdown. But I will say, a lot of the players you picked, I respect them because I saw them terrorize my Cruz Azul teams.
Ay, no Tito Villa in your team. Top goal scorer one season.
Well,
bro, when he came back that season, he was
when he shitted on Mosquera.
That was one of the best single seasons I've seen from a forward in Liga MX. Cuando lo mandó la.
I didn't put him in there because I based it off of titles and title because the single title that we've won in my lifetime, well, 2 technically, but I was like I was barely a month old when we won the octava or the 8th title. I was only like a month old, so I didn't really get to see it.
Yeah.
But that one title that I've seen them win, like, will forever resonate with me.
Yeah. That's how I feel about 2013. Because in 2002, I don't even know if I watched the game. 2005, I remember watching the final, but like I wasn't really into it. And then like it had been 8 years until 2013. So 2013 is like
your
like,
first one.
Yeah.
The first one always resonates.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait till I see more.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But do you think that seeing America win so many titles after seeing them win so many back to back and like so many in your lifetime, do you think it's
like I'm desensitized to it? Like I don't enjoy it as much?
Yeah.
If I'm being 100% honest, a little bit, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, and that's what I'm afraid of.
Because like obviously this sounds like a good problem to have, but I'm not going to lie, that 2013 one, the reason why I celebrated it so much, other than because it was a great game and, you know, the nature of that game, how the crazy comeback.
Yeah.
They hadn't won in 8 years.
Yeah.
So it was like, dude, like so much heartbreak, like losing in semifinals, even seeing them be last place once Cuauhtemoc left. Like América had a tournament where they finished last. I think that definitely adds to that like crazy celebration. And even with this last three-peat, it was kind of more so like not even excitement. I felt more so like, and again, sounds kind of dumb because I'm just a fan. I felt like more pressure to like win.
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, yeah, we won. It was more so like, damn, they got to win or it's going to ruin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to ruin, yeah.
But yeah, it does kind of diminish the like specialness of it if it's like, don't get me wrong, I want them to win every single time, but yeah.
So at the point where your team wins so many titles, do you feel like it's a little overrated once they win so many, like a team that wins so many titles that you get to see, at one point do you think it's a little overrated for them to keep winning?
Like
because you don't get that spectacle of, wow, my team hasn't won in so long.
Yeah.
Or my team has never won a title.
I think it's less meaningful for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even like in other sports where you see teams like, I feel like that's why it gets talks about so much. Like, for example, the Cubs, when they went like years like without winning and stuff like that. I definitely think it's more special when it's like you've had to wait so long.
So long,
you know?
That's why I feel like if Cruz, like obviously when they won it, I was crying, bro. Like I was legit crying.
That.
I was crying like.
Because you had to wait longer than me.
I had to wait my whole life at that point. Like, I had never seen them win a title. We were always so close. I had seen so many great teams pass us by. So much heartbreak, bro. Like, when we lost to Santos, I cried. When we lost to Toluca, I cried. When we lost to Monterrey, I was already numb to it. When we lost to America, all those finals, I was already numb to it. I didn't even care. And then we got to the point where we finally won one, bro. It was like, for me as a fan, like so much weight lifted off of my shoulders that I was just like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to win. Which is what I think that's how it would feel like if we were to see the selección in our lifetime win a title. Yeah. Because we waited all our life for this moment that when they finally did it, it was just like, oh my God, we finally did it. Which is what I think we'd all feel the same sentiment for that. And when Cruz Azul finally won theirs, that's how I felt. And I was just like, oh my God, we did it. Like we as in like if I was fucking playing, but like we as in like this is why it's so special for a team to win a championship.
For sure. And real quick, I just hope, like with Mexico, because I feel like with all the other teams that I support, it wasn't a matter of if, but when.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Mexico, I have that concern of like if, like I don't know if I'll ever see them win a World Cup in my lifetime.
Yeah, it'd be. Yeah, I don't think so either.
And I would hate to like, obviously I would always want them to see them win, but I would love if like my parents are still alive
to see
it with them. Yeah. You know what I mean? So fingers crossed, man. But
hopefully, man.
I think it's a good spot to wrap up today's soccer video. As always, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It may seem like something small to you guys, but it definitely goes a long way with us. Having said that, we do appreciate all the love and support we've received thus far. And let us know who would win between my all-time 11, my all-time América 11, or Chino's Cruz Azul all-time 11. And thanks, guys.
Make sure you guys don't quote us.
Unless we're right.
Peace.